What's up, everybody? Hope you all had a great day today. Getting into this episode, actually, before I do get into this episode, the man, the myth, the legend, Maurice Bernard, happy birthday to him. I think it's his 60th birthday. I'm like, damn, Mo is 60 already? Damn, time be flying. But that's a huge milestone, man. 60, that you're blessed to see it. Everybody's blessed to see a new year, a new day, a new hour. You are blessed to see it. So, happy birthday to him. Um, I know he probably had a dope time too. He probably spent it with family too. But I think he should have a big bash. I mean, 60 is just, that's huge. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is huge. To be on this earth 60 years, I mean, to be in the earth period is, like I said, it's a blessing. But that 60, I'm like, ooh, Lord, I'll be having the biggest bash you ever seen. Um, so yeah, getting into this episode of GH, Ava. Ava better come up with a plan. She better come up with a plan. She better figure out something because Nicholas is on the loose. I knew his ass wasn't gonna be in that damn closet. I knew it because soon as Dante opened the door, all he found was a little watch. Nicholas's watch in there. And the watch stopped at 8 o'clock or 8:05 or whatever. And he asked Ava what time was Nicholas at Windermere. She said like 7:30, February 13th at 7:30. He said, well, his watch stopped around 8. So he was in the tack room before he disappeared. According to where his watch was found. So Dante's starting to piece it together because Dante, at this point, he got more questions than answers. At this point, he's trying to figure out what the hell would Nicholas even be doing in the tack room looking for something if he already moved out? If he already moved out and moved all the stuff out, why would he be there looking for something? You know what I'm saying? Then he's trying to ask Ava all these questions about do she know where he would go or did he tell her or indicate where he was going? She said no. But she was like, Nicholas got resources that she don't even know nothing about. I'm like, this whole thing is a mess. And Dante is a smart person. He's gonna figure things out. You know what I'm saying? Like he's very smart. It might take him a little minute, but he follows the evidence. You know what I'm saying? He's a good case man. He definitely follows the evidence. So Ava got to be very careful about her words because remember last time she done slipped up and talked about the tower and all that stuff when Dante didn't even mention the North Tower. So she got to watch her mouth. Like she got to watch them slip ups because any one little word that's suspicious could tip Dante off and he could start looking in her direction. She can't afford that. Austin can't afford that because they were trying to figure out, well, where the hell did Nicholas go? Nicholas asked, I'm not even surprised he's still alive. That fool in a coma. Mason. I forgot all about Mason. Because remember, Mason was supposed to go to Windermere that night anyway to confront Ava. But Austin got there first. Austin got there. We don't know when Mason got there. So now Mason has Nicholas. And Nicholas is, he's stable, but he in a coma. And Mason was on the phone updating whoever, the boss or whoever, what's going on with Nicholas. I want to know who this boss is. Like, who is this person? I forgot all about Mason. I said, damn, Mason was supposed to be going to Windermere that night. My theory is that Mason got there, and I think that he may have been in a tunnel, maybe. I don't know if he found out about the tunnel somehow, or maybe, because in that living room that Ava was in with Nicholas, there's a window over there next to the fireplace. There's that little patio door. You know what I'm saying? That window over there. So it's possible that Mason could have been outside that window watching and saw her hit Nicholas. You know what I'm saying? He could have been watching them all along. You know what I'm saying? Seeing what moves they make, and that's how he knew Nicholas was in the tack room and got him out of there. He could have been watching that whole time without them even knowing it. This is getting quite interesting because I wonder who the freak is Mason's boss. Like, Austin need to start talking because Austin, I believe, know who the boss is, so he needs to start talking and saying something. Like, tell these folk who the boss is. I feel bad for Laura and all this because that's two children that Laura got in a coma right now. She got Lulu and now Nicholas both in a coma. Well, she don't know about Nicholas yet, but two kids in a coma, and then you got a son traipsing around the world, living like a recluse somewhere in the damn world. One time he was in Africa, then he was in Ireland. Ain't no telling where the hell he at now. If I was Laura, I would be so over it. I would just go home, get a hot bubble bath, tell Kevin, you know what, don't even pour me a glass of wine, just give me a damn bottle, and I drink the bottle to the head. Cause this shit got to be too much for her. I'm just saying, like it's. I know she over that drama with her family. I would be. That shit is too much. I'm like, damn, just drama galore. Um. So anyway, moving on from that, my biggest question: what the fuck was the point in that scene between Dex and Sonny? I really would like to know. Like, Dex found some old recipes of Sonny or whatever, and he cooked one of them, you know, and served Sonny a dish, and him and Sonny was sitting down eating and stuff like that, and the food did look good though, especially when Sonny put that parsley up there. That shit look good. I was like, okay. I'm a sucker for good Italian food, pasta and all that. I'm a sucker for it. I love a good pasta. Anytime I order from like a pizza place, a lot of times it's a pasta. Because one particular pizza place that I order from, they do a very good broccoli pasta, and it got like some type of olive oil and garlic butter and all that. The bomb. And I think you could get it like with different types of noodles. Like you could do lasagna noodles, or you could do panini, ziti. You could do whatever noodles that you want. It's so good. Like I'd be tearing that shit up. You could get it just with the broccoli and noodles, or you could get it with broccoli, noodles, and chicken. It's so good. Um, my mouth is watering right now. It is bomb, like I'm telling you. But I'm a sucker for good pasta, though. I am. I'm not gonna lie. Pasta is my favorite. One of my favorite foods is pasta. Like that's the key to my heart is pasta. Um, you can make me some good pasta. You in there like swimwear with me. I will love you forever. But I didn't understand that dumbass scene between them because Sonny was sitting there talking about his childhood and how he learned how to cook, and you know Dex was talking about the food and the military and whatnot. But I'm like, Dex, shouldn't you have, you know, cooked that food for a dinner date with Jocelyn or something like that? But then again, I'm like, what's the point? Him and Jocelyn, every time they get together, they not gonna do shit but sit around talking about Sonny any damn way. They ain't even gonna get to the food. Um, and I thought that scene was like some sort of weird bonding moment between them. I said, please tell me this ain't their way of trying to insinuate Sonny and Dex are somewhat father and son. I hope not, because Sonny don't need no more kids. I'm just saying. Um, I don't know. That scene just kind of was weird to me. I'm like, so is Dex gonna start seeing a different side of Sonny now that he done broke bread with him and maybe change his mind about taking him down? It happens. I remember when Dante went undercover with Sonny, you know, he thought Sonny was this big bad guy until he started getting to know him and shit and started to actually like Sonny. So who knows? Maybe that's what Dex is gonna do. Um, so of course, you know, Frank showed up to talk to Sonny about Pikeman, and Sonny pretty much told Dex, you could go. Like this don't concern you. We need to talk. So I'm guessing he got some new information for Sonny about this Pikeman thing. I'm interested in the Pikeman story. I really am. Like I'm interested in seeing where they're going with this. And hopefully Valentine comes back in time because he played a part in it too. So, you know, I would love to see like what's gonna go down with this Pikeman deal because it seemed like some serious shit. Um, so anyway, moving on from that, Lisa. Lord have mercy. Lisa is on the warpath, and she currently has Liz and Scotty in her sights. I was afraid this was gonna happen. I was afraid this was gonna happen. That Scotty representing Liz and getting her off was gonna, you know, kind of shake the table a little bit between him and Lisa. I had that in the back of my mind. I never really said it out loud, but I always had it in the back of my mind that this might not go over well, and it didn't. I'm like, damn. Lisa slapped the dog piss out of that girl. Like, she slapped the shit out of Liz. And I was like, damn. You know, Lisa my girl. You know, she one of my favorites. But she was dead ass wrong for that. Like, you did not have to slap that girl all the way back to Jamaica. Like, you just didn't have to do that. You did not have to slap her. Like, my lord, she slapped that girl so hard her ancestors felt that shit. Like, you did not have to hit her that hard. I'm like, Lisa, what are you doing? You slapped that girl to an island. Like, come on now. Um, like round trip to an island, like just not even round trip, just one way. Well, it could be round trip because the way she slapped her, that head flung back and forth a little bit. But I said, "Damn, Liz, you need some ice." Like, ooh, I think she broke skin. Um, But Lisa was dead ass wrong for what she did though. She was trifling for that because you did not have to slap that girl. And she sat right there and blamed Liz for it, and she blamed Scott. She basically said the two of them got Britt's blood on their hands, and she just didn't want shit to do with neither one of them at that point because she felt betrayed by Scott and felt like Scott was taking Liz's side. I honestly feel like it's the grief. I feel like that's just Lisa lashing out and she grieving. That's all it is. And she taking her anger out on them because she can't take it out on Heather because Heather's been transferred. She's been locked up. She's locked up now. So Heather, she's untouchable at this moment with Liz. I mean, not Liz, but Lisa. Lisa can't get to Heather. So she lashing out at everybody else around her. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to find a scapegoat. But she barking up the wrong tree because I think once the novelty wears off, like once the grief, the grief ain't never gonna wear off, but once she calms down, you know what I'm saying? Once she calms down and starts to think, I think she'll see reason. And she won't be mad at Scott no more, or Liz for that matter, because they didn't do anything. Liz was stupid for going with Nicholas's plan, but that's as far as that goes. She had nothing to do with Britt, getting killed. I feel like I totally agree with Scott at this point. Even if Liz would have came forward and told the truth, the cops still wouldn't have had any evidence that indicated Heather had anything to do with it. They still would have been where they were. They still would have had to take all those steps to get to where they got, which is answers. You know what I'm saying? Whether the truth came out or not. So I totally agree with Scott on that one. But I hope Lisa will calm down and she'll forgive Scott or she'll make peace with him because I do like them as a couple. Liz need to stop blaming herself. Like, she really do. Walking around, I deserve that. I this, that, and the third. Girl, okay, you made a mistake. You didn't come forward. Shit happens. What are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? But you can't keep blaming yourself for other people's nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you did a stupid thing. Should have never went along with Nicholas's dumbass plans, but you live and you learn. But I do like, Finn's devotion, because Finn was like, he don't give a damn. Because Liz feels like it was going to be a ripple effect, and she feels like her actions were going to have lasting consequences, and she didn't want Finn caught in the middle of it. And Finn didn't give a damn. He was like, listen, I'm here to support you. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? But he did warn her, you better watch your back with Lisa, because she got a knack for revenge. I said, yeah, you think? So anyway, Nina was trying to calm Lisa down and stuff like that. And the good news is that Lisa is a match for Willow. Well, good news for Willow, not really for me because I could care less. But she's a match, and TJ wants to run more tests and whatnot to make sure there's no underlying health issues that's going to cause an issue later. So Nina was ecstatic because she felt like she owes Lisa, and Lisa was like, you don't owe me shit. This family, like I'd do anything for family. Speaking of Willow, so Joss and Carly came over so they could discuss wedding plans and whatever, and Willow sitting there talking about she want Jocelyn to be her bridesmaid, she want Carly to be her matron of honor. I'm like, oh Lord. Listen, once Nina find out that Carly gonna be Willow maid of honor, she gonna go ape shit. I can just see her face now, with them crazy eyes. Like, once she find out Carly gonna be a maid of honor to her daughter, Nina is going to flip the fuck out. Her head is gonna spin all the way around like Linda Blair. I'm just saying. I cannot fucking wait. I hope she find out. I hope that they let her find out on screen so I can just see her reaction. I know she's going to be warm. Like, she's going to be hot than them up. She's going to be hotter than the devil when she find that shit out. I'm like, why are the writers on the show like this? Like, they find new ways to piss Nina off. Even though it don't take much. All you gotta do is mention Carly's name in front of her. She just get hot. She just get all type of uncomfortable, hot and bothered. So Michael and Joss were upset because, Willow's just deteriorating at this point. And a hospice nurse came by. I will say, that's the tough part about cancer and stuff. Like, when you terminal and shit, you start talking that hospice care and all that stuff. That's the hard part about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when you done gave it a good fight, but it just wasn't good enough. It's not easy. I had some family members that went through that, man. Once they hit that hospice part, that's the hardest. Whew, that's the goodbye stage, and that's not an easy stage to get to. You know, that's a stage nobody wants to enter. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to enter that territory. That's the goodbye. Um, I can't say that I blame Michael when Nina called him to tell him about Lisa being a donor match. I don't blame Michael for ignoring her call. You know, I don't blame him for not wanting to talk to her, and you know, because if you see Nina calling you, normally their mind automatically goes to it's about some mess. Cause usually it is. Like every time Nina comes around, sometimes it's about some mess. So he finally answered the phone and, you know, told her, listen, I ain't got time for your mess today. And she was like, listen, I got some important stuff to tell you. Don't hang up the phone. So he's all in shock and whatnot. And Willow was like, what the hell wrong with you? Like, what's good? What's going on? So it's a match. You know, they told her, you know, Nina told him that, you know, Lisa's a match or whatever. They, you know, they got a match. So Willow is going to survive. I'm not really shocked that they found some 11th hour save for her. I'm not surprised. You know, I figured it might go 50-50. Like, she could die. Maybe she won't. I don't know. Because I didn't really know where the fuck they were going with this storyline. I really didn't know. Like, to make her terminal and now all of a sudden she got a miracle cure or a miracle donor. I'm just like, okay, so what the fuck was all this about? We sat through all this long tedium for what purpose? Like, what's the end game? That she gonna live? Okay. The heifer gonna live. What else? What else y'all got? Is there a payoff to this, or is she just gonna live and that's it? We gonna go back to normal. I mean, what's the story? It got to be something more than just this. Like, she just gonna get an 11th hour save. Like, come on now, GH, don't play with me. Give me something else now. So anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section, let me know what you all thought, and I will see you all later. Peace.